It's important that you understand, as people in health promotion, health coaches, personal trainers, it's important that you understand that we are focused on targeted nutrition. And the topic for this conversation in this training is going to be out with the bad and in with the good. And so I want to start with helping you guys know that we don't necessarily, oh, I got to go back again. This happens to me every time. There we go. We don't necessarily focus just on weight loss. You know, people have different reasons that they come to our company. GetFit 21 solves a lot of problems. And so when we work with people that are in healthcare who focus on gastroenterology, which is obviously, digestive health, cardiovascular health, obesity, whatever the specialty of that coach or healthcare professional is, we can solve a lot of those problems with just our core products. Many of you have come to work with us because of your affection for GetFit 21, the concept of a 21-day curriculum that can be done again and again and again and again until the person reaches their goal. The repetition, which instills in their head the new lifestyle changes that they need to adhere to. Yet, we also have variations of GetFit 21 that I want you to be aware of, because a lot of people maybe don't need to lose weight. Maybe their cholesterol's fine, their blood sugar's fine, their cholesterol, everything is in perfect check. But what a lot of the coaches that I've worked with have said over the last few years, they really do prefer to start their clients with a cleanse. They prefer that because they believe that by cleansing the system of a person who's making dramatic changes in their lifestyle habits, they will better be able to assimilate the nutrients from the various new types of foods that they're going to be learning to eat from all of the coaching. And so if you begin to feed people with healthier foods and better nutrition and great supplementation, what good is it if the body can't assimilate all that good nutrition from what it is that their body's being provided? Why wouldn't they be able to assimilate those nutrients? Because the body is just simply clogged up. That's a belief of a lot of healthcare providers, coaches, and I wanted to share with you just another way of thinking as you realize how the Prime Health Pack is profound, not just in helping people lose weight, lower cholesterol, lower blood pressure, normalize blood sugar, but how it can really have this effect on including the cleanse as part of the concept. It's not something that we frequently discuss with new coaches, but we think it's time because we're beginning to get asked more and more about it. This is a 3-step system: cleanse, balance, build, and then we like to say restore, but we also reference it as hydration. And we know that hydration is so important when people are going through lifestyle changes. And so that's the reason that the group that is working in focusing with this type of GetFit 21 strategy, they're doing it just as you see. 1, 2, 3 with a bonus step. Now, I want to ask Barbara to come on the screen, and for Barb, if you don't mind starting to share the importance of what you've learned. You know, you can share for a moment about your credentials, because a lot of people that are on the call with us don't know you. So if you don't mind doing that, I think that would be great.
So I am a certified personal trainer and an integrative nutrition health coach. And I've been working in the healthcare industry for about 27 years. And in the last decade, I became certified through the Institute of Integrative Nutrition as a health coach. And I know that there are a number of coaches in our group, in our GetFit 21 team, who also went to the Institute of Integrative Nutrition or to another health coach school. If you were enrolled in IIN, Institute for Integrative Nutrition, you probably received this email today like I did. I got this today, and it was ironic because I knew I was going to talk about gut health today, and this showed up. And for those of you who are following health coaching curriculums, you know that gut health is all the rage right now. People are talking about gut health with a lot of intensity, and they're talking about the microbiome, which are all the genetic material in our body that comes from microbes and bacteria and protozoa and various viruses. And they say that we have 200 times more genetic material coming from all these microbes and things, this microbiome, than we have in our own genetic infrastructure. They say that our microbiome itself, it's not just in our gut, but it's all over our body. It's all that bacteria that can be very helpful in many cases to our health. It helps with our immune system. There's been a lot of education of health coaches in the recent years about how the gut and the brain are connected, how there's a deep connection between what goes on in the health of our gut and how it affects our mental health, our physical health, our emotional health. So we thought it would be perfect to focus on this in order to make 2021 your happiest and your healthiest year, that we would focus on gut health. And what I think is so interesting is that this concept of gut health, we have thought is like a new thing. It's really just in the last few years that people have been talking about it. But Jan, if you'll go to the next slide, I want you to know that Unicity Cleanse has been part of Unicity's program for 19 years. They have been ahead of this curve. They are scientifically always researching and developing products and bringing them to market before they become trendy. So this program has been around a long time, and I have a long history with it. And I want to teach you tonight about the Unicity Cleanse program, how to use it, how to identify who might need it, and I want to share my own very dramatic personal story about it with you. So it contains 3 products, as you heard. The first product is unique. It's called Paraway Plus. You can see that it's a blend of 15 patented herbs. And what is interesting about the approach of this particular product is it's going to help you get rid of unwanted organisms, parasites particularly. And how does it do it? Does it kill them? Well, not exactly. The ingredients in this formula have been around for centuries. Every medicine man from ancient cultures has been using these ingredients in time-tested ways to help people cure illness. And around the world, these ingredients are known. What does it actually do? It actually puts to sleep parasites and causes them to relax their grip on the inside of your digestive tract. So why do you want them to not die inside you? Because you want to make sure that they're released so that when you sweep them out, they leave. They've relaxed their grip. They're not embedded in your digestive tract. So how do you take this? This is a 30-day program. You wake up in the morning and you take 2 capsules first thing in the morning for the first 10 days. The last 20 days, you're going to take 5 capsules. It gets a little bit stronger. So you start off slowly and then you increase. And once this is in your system for 30 minutes, go to the next slide, Jan. Then you are going to drink Life Fiber. Life Fiber is a unique fiber blend that is both soluble and insoluble fiber. It is psyllium based, but it has 29 different herbs. And this fiber acts like a broom. It actually sweeps out the bad bacteria and parasites and toxins. And that is the cleansing mechanism that takes place. But what I have come to appreciate about this product is the prebiotic fiber in it helps to feed the probiotic bacteria in your system. Everybody knows the word probiotic. In fact, I did a lecture on our probiotic called Probionic the other day. I don't know if my picture's up, but this is a picture of Probionic. We talked about that. We talked about how we need to balance out the bacteria in our gut. We want to have more friendly bacteria and get rid of the bad bacteria. But how do you make that good bacteria grow? Well, you have to eat foods that feed that good bacteria. And that's called prebiotics. So what are some of those foods? Dandelion greens, mustard greens, Jerusalem artichokes. These are not things that people are necessarily used to eating every day. Asparagus. There are particular foods that are high prebiotic foods. So I love the fact that this product feeds your healthy bacteria. So how do you take it? You mix 1 scoop of it with water, or you can put it into your morning protein shake. Then, whoop, you went too far. There you go. Up. Then in the evening,
I figured I'd throw you off your game to show everybody how quickly you get right back on.
So in the evening, before you go to bed or after your evening meal, you're going to have a choice of either aloe vera capsule or a nature's tea. These both have a laxative effect. So the nature's tea, you can just dip it in water quickly when you first start because you don't want it to be too strong. Or as you get more used to the program, you can leave it in. It's a really sweet, delicious tea. Or you can take aloe vera. When I do this program, I tend to take aloe vera. And I find that sometimes I don't take it every night. Sometimes I take it every other night because it can become too much sometimes of a laxative experience. So I want to talk now about, let's go to the next slide for a minute because I want to tell a story. If you look at this statistic that the American College of Gastroenterology says that chronic constipation affects over 45 million adults in the United States. Why are so many people constipated? Well, number one, they're eating processed foods. They are not getting enough fiber in their diet. Number two, they're not exercising. You don't move, you slow down the transit time of the food that enters your body. People are not eating enough vegetables, enough natural fibrous foods. People are stressed, and when you're stressed, you clamp down on your whole digestive tract and you don't poop. People are underhydrated. You don't have enough water, you don't go. I worked in a medical practice for 10 years as a nutrition and exercise counselor, and I hired 2 other personal trainers, health coaches to work alongside me. I was the lead coach in that practice. And they used to sit and listen to me on the phone when I would talk to our clients and I would start to ask them about their poop. And these colleagues of mine would fall on the floor laughing because I would say, so what does it look like? And is it hard to go? And they were like laughing hysterically. They couldn't believe that I was asking all these questions. But this is important because what's coming out of you determines what's really going on inside of you. And I'm going to tell you a brief story now about a woman I know who is my mother. She's 94 years old. And about 15 years ago, she was having a really continuous bout of IBS, really bad gastrointestinal issues, diarrhea, then constipation, really miserable. And it got worse and worse and worse. And she went to the doctor, and the doctor did a blood test. And the blood test showed high eosinophils. Now, high eosinophils can be either cancer or parasites. That's what the indication is. And they said to my mother, oh my goodness, we need to do a scan. We need to do more tests. And they basically told her that she had liver cancer. And they gave her some medication to try to make her feel better. She didn't feel better. She went to 3 different hospitals. She ended up at Massachusetts General, where an infectious disease specialist who specialized in tropical diseases met with her. And she said, I'm going to scope you. She put a scope down her throat and down into her liver to see what was going on, because her liver was not functioning. And in the duct of her liver, in her bile duct, was a parasite that was stuck there. It looked like a small flounder called a liver fluke. And this doctor was amazed, because this is something you see in Africa. You don't see this in the United States, she thought. Why did my mother have this liver fluke, this small flounder stuck inside her liver bile duct? She spent a lot of time talking to my mother about what my mother ate. My mother eats like the way I was taught to eat, lots of greens. My mother loves watercress. If anyone knows how watercress grows, it grows in streams, running water. And there is a parasite that can end up landing on that watercress. And how does it get there? Well, imagine a hill next to the stream, and there's cows on that hill grazing, and those cows poop, and that poop washes into the stream, and that stream takes that poop, and the parasites in that were in that cow's digestive tract, and they lay eggs on the watercress. And my mother, who knows she's eating healthy and buying fresh greens at the market, will stand in the market and break off a piece of the watercress and taste it. Oh, is it fresh? Is it good? And she will eat it unwashed. And the doctor figured out that is how she wound up with this. So what's this moral of the story? Well, there's part of it is the first part of the story, how she got it. So you want to wash your vegetables really well. Not just lightly. You want to rinse them and rinse them and rinse them. We want you to eat lots of vegetables, not be afraid of vegetables, but you need to just rinse them off. That's the first moral to the story. The second moral to the story is this doctor said, we see parasites in the population more than you can believe, but this was an unusual one. So my mother needed to have a special procedure where they literally went down her throat and, like a fishing hook, grabbed this liver fluke that looked like a tiny flounder and put it in a basket and pull it out. And then she needed to have a stent put in her bile duct so her bile duct wouldn't collapse. And that was the beginning of my mother understanding why she had had these IBS symptoms for years. She must have been growing these parasites for years inside her. So after this doctor removed this parasite from my mother's liver, I called her and I said, I want to send you the ingredients of a cleanse system that I've been exposed to, and I want your opinion on it. I trust this woman. And she looked at the ingredients. And she called me back, and on the phone with me, she said to me, this is so interesting. I have traveled the world studying tropical diseases and all kinds of parasitic infestations. And these ingredients are what all these ancient cultures have tried to use to remove parasites. I endorse these products. She said those words to me. This is a world-class infectious disease doctor. And So now I'm going to tell you that after my mother healed and everything was better, she still had some IBS symptoms. And I said to my mother, I'm going to give you Life Fiber. I'm going to have you take that. And my mother takes it every single day for the last, it's about 15 years. And today I was on the phone with her and I told her I was doing a talk on this topic. And, you know, she's 94 years old. And I said, I'm going to talk about how you had IBS. She says, I don't have IBS. I don't have any problems. I said, of course you don't, because you're taking Life Fiber. So I wanted to share with you that personal interaction I had with this product, with a world-renowned doctor, and how I can't keep this a secret from people, because whether you have parasites or not, I mean, if you eat sushi or if you have a pet, you have parasites. It makes sense for you to be proactive at least once or twice a year and to do this Unicity cleanse. Because if your system is working well, you are able to absorb the nutrients of all the good food you're eating, you're going to be healthier and you're going to be mentally better and physically better. And I know that one of the first things I see when I take this is my skin clears up, I have more energy, I drop pounds. The average American is carrying anywhere between 5 and 25 pounds of dried fecal matter in their digestive tract. That is a quote from the American College of Gastroenterology. That's how much constipation affects our country.